All right, now this back is a bit of a tricky one. All right, so let's take a look at the whole environment, okay? Um, Basically, we have room to do a U-turn, and or we could do a blind side. Now, with this amount of room, I recommend always avoiding the blind side. All right, so now, but obviously, the space is on our right. So what do we do? Well, I have kind of nicknamed this the U-turn back. So basically, you're pulling a U-turn, and you're setting yourself up mid U-turn. All right, but now I have turned off. I've turned on the blind spot. So basically, we can only see what we can see from the cab. All right, this is just all right. Now, one thing you got to do because you are pulling a U-turn. All right, make sure you have a decent amount of distance here, right? So basically, you need around 2 feet. Now, I have around 4 feet, or 5, 6 feet. Yeah. Anyway, so that's enough. All right, but you got to be very careful of your swing. Now, when do we actually start to turn? Again, I always use my mirrors as a reference point. So I think that we should turn. Now we can do this. We can do a trial and error as well. Let's say we turn roughly at the end. Let's say mid space, mid of the next space. All right. So let's go ahead and back up again. Just so basically we're going to do this in one motion, right? Don't now when you do turn, the speed of the turning does make a difference. All right, because it actually changes the turning radius. So we're just going to keep turning, keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. All right. Now when do we straighten up? Now I'm going to slow down just a second, just so I can talk my way through here. All right. Now we are looking to the left. All right. Now roughly around 90 degrees. I want you to straighten up a little bit. All right. Just so we don't hit the truck. Okay. So there's our space. Is it? No, there's not our space. So we just got to keep turning. We got to keep turning till we see our space. All right. So there's our space. So now we crank it hard to the right. Hard to the right, hard to the right, hard to the right. Now you can stop at a dead straight line if you want to, or you can stop roughly around where you think is a good angle. So now all we have to do is back it in. All right, it's a beautiful setup. A lot of time you can't actually set up this well when you're just doing a regular sight side. All right, because we just turned this blind side into a sight side. Okay, let's crank it hard to the left. Now I can see in both mirrors. Oops. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to do one little bit of a pull forward here. All right, because I'm not quite center. So mainly turn a little bit to the right. Hard left. Hard right. And stop. All right, get our steers pointing straight for the straight back. My favorite back, because every back requires a straight back at the end. So let's try turn at a different point, okay? Let's say we turn a little later. All right, so last time we turned roughly around here. So now we're going to turn here. All right, and let's see what happens. Let's slow down just a little bit. Okay, and hard right. All right, this might actually work out a little better. Okay, so we're a little closer. All right, now what I'm doing here, right, because I can't see the trailer over here, I'm looking at my very furthest point. All right, and if this gets too close to the center, then I'm probably getting too close to the trailer over here. So that's what I'm paying attention to right now. All right, as you can see, it's not getting any closer, so I'm going to go ahead and start chasing it. Looking good, looking good. Get our steers pointing straight. All right. So that seemed to be now every truck is a little different. So you got to do a bit of a trial and error on that one. Now I'm sure a bunch of people will be commenting on about the you're just going to stretch the airlines out, or you're going to do damage to the trailer tires and all that kind of thing. The whole thing with the stretching the airlines, yeah, maybe a little bit, nothing too bad. And the whole you're going to be putting bald spots on the tires. You know what? People are going to be doing that to the hostlers are doing that to trailers all day, every day. All right. This is just a better alternative than blindsiding. All right. So it's good to know how to do this. All right. It really, really is. All right. So let's do it now with our axles all the way to the rear. Now, with our axles all the way to the rear, we definitely want to turn a lot later. And the same rules apply, okay? We can even get a little closer if we want to, all right? Because there is no swing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around roughly around there, around 2 spaces. I got to open, because we're getting really close to the side of the trailer there. So we got to keep turning. I'm going to slow down for a second so I can actually talk what I'm doing. So I'm waiting for my space. So there's my space. I can see my space. All right. The reason I can see it is because, well, I can see it. All right. Even though my trailer is still pointing towards over here. So now if I do go all the way to the right, I may not get the right angle. So I may need to keep going just a little bit. And then hard right. It gives you a better option. All right. I'm not going to stop at a dead straight back because I can see what's going on. All right. I'm going to get my steers, somewhat straight. Now it's going to put me into a jackknife, which is fine. My axles are all the way to the back. All right, looking good. Now I am going to do a pull forward, roughly around here. Hard right, pull forward. Now I want to try pull forward all the way. All right, because I want to be able to see in both my mirrors. I can see that I'm not going to hit this guy, nor this guy. All right, back to my straight back. Now the next thing I'm going to do is turn the steering wheel to the right and back to the left. Or maybe maintain a little bit longer. Okay. All right, that is that for the U-turn back.